Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those of us who are more creative. I am Deuce, and look at me. Check out my hairy chest, manly chest. It's getting hotter, what can I say? And as soon as it gets hotter, I ditch wearing tops. It's just a natural way, I guess. Top surgery was made for a reason. Anyway, for my glam boy look this week, I am doing the products that I got from the cohorted box that was finally arrived, but I'm not going to go through it because I go through it it sounds like I've got a freaking split personality, as nefarious. However, it's also the review of, I'm so looking forward to this, at DragCon. I obviously went and met Angina. I got their palette. It's been sat here for ages, and I'm like, I really, 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 really want to do a look and a review with it. But I also have a lot of beauty boxes to get through that have eyeshadow palettes. So I thought to myself, well, this is the time, because the cohorted box doesn't have an eyeshadow palette in it. So should I show you it now? Should I wait and tease you? I don't want it to be an arsehole. I'm going to be an arsehole. I'm going to get to the place of the first product and then do it on camera. I'm so happy. Forgive me. I had to, turn down the smoothing. Ugh. I'm also scoffing my face, so if I have food in my teeth or I look like I have my mouth full, it's because I do. Okay, so this is the Ilamasca. You may guess that it's the cohorted box in collaboration with the brand Ilamasca. One of my favourite brands with, not so much formula-wise. The formulas are good, but, the packaging is so cool. If you go and get, this looks quite normal, and it is, but, if you go and get, their highlighters, their primers, they're all, really black and really chic and almost, decorative looking cases. Isn't lightweight mist with dewy finish that locks in makeup. Okay, so this isn't what I thought it was. I thought it was a prep, a prep one like this, and just a mist. It's not. It's a setting spray. So I will be back when I'm on the actual one, because this is the last one. Okay, so this isn't from the cohorted box or from the palette, of course, but I am reviewing the rest. Basically, I brought all the Huda Beauty blush sticks. At first, I didn't know whether I liked them or not, but now I'm actually absolutely obsessed with them. And I very much could use them for drag, out of drag, and even on a better face. So I turned out to really like them. Contrary to what I said in the review and all that. Okay, so this is in the shade Perky Peach. I've already done the coral one, because that was the first one that I got. This one is obviously a lot is very subtle and all that, but you can build it up just like all the others. This one would be very much boy glam or no makeup at all. I did use it in drag and it did fairly well, but it's just that bit too light. And I already knew that, but I still wanted them all because I really like them. So, I've also kind of changed up my routine a little bit. I am now, when it comes to boy glam, I normally do contour at this point before blush, but I kind of like the way it all sort of blends together when I do the contour last. So, I don't know if you can really see it that much on screen, but it gives my skin, this one just gives my skin that very natural, flushed sort of look. And it's quite cute. I actually quite like it, and I could see myself using this one a lot out of, like, as I said, like, not even with makeup. Because it also gives me that glossy look as well of, like, a highlighter. Making it, like, because obviously I don't set my face when I am not wearing makeup, so it's also, like, gives a really good highlightery effect on bare skin. I will say, I think the one thing that turned me off a little bit when I first reviewed them was, like, how long it took to build, but then I realised that that's actually quite a good thing, because that means I can use it vastly for different areas of makeup, because obviously I go from one extreme to the other. There's my drag, there's my boy glam, and then there's no makeup at all, which is most days. But yeah, like, I actually really like them, and like the other shades are obviously a lot more deeper in colour and things like that, but I'm reviewing this one first. But yeah, I just like the sort of warm peachy, since it's called perky peach, it gives to the skin. And like, I could see, like, if when I like use this on like no makeup face, like, it could give you that effect. It could give me and my skin tone the effect of, are they wearing makeup? Do you know what I mean? Like, is that flush real? I think I may be done. It's very, very cute. I've been arguing, like, I've done it a couple of times, but like, putting blush on your nose, like, it's something that I'm still a bit, I don't know whether I like it or not, but I feel like this is light enough to not really mess with it all that much. Yeah, I like it. Next. Okay, so I've spent ages trying to work out what this is. Apparently, it's a contour product, the Gel Sculpt by Illamasqua. I mean, Gel Sculpt in Stiletto. That looks dark. It's black. Oh my god. Oh, okay. It's very, very sheer. It just looks scary. I don't know if this will be a thing for me. It's a bit weird. It's like quite Vaseline-y. It definitely wouldn't have the pigment for drag. I already know that. Even though it's fucking black. It's the colour of the packaging. I don't really know where to start. Okay. I see nothing. I'm so confused. What the hell is this? Should I put it on the sponge and see if it works that way? You know what? I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and I'll tell you now, at first me and this bitch did not get on. So do not put it straight on your face because it removes the makeup. I looked it up and it says it recommends using your finger or highlighter brush. I don't know why would I use highlighter brush. So I'm using the fluffy contour brush that I use to contour for boy drag. And you know what? It's kind of cute now. We're getting along a bit better. I actually quite like it now I know how to use it. However, it's definitely not beginner friendly at all. Like, that looks like I've got a filter on, doesn't it? That's crazy. So it may have moved off a bit in my book. I actually quite like it. Like, I actually really like it. I don't know if it will be strong enough for drag. We'll have to wait until Saturday. But now that I've worked it, at first I was like, you've just hate crimed me. You've just took off makeup off my face. How dare you? However, it may have just redeemed itself because that is pretty fucking insane. Okay, next product. You learn something new every day, I guess. Okay, the next product is the Illamasqua highlighter in the shade OMG. So, oh, it's a dropper. I wasn't expecting that. Should I put it straight on my face? I don't know. I've never really used a dropper before. Maybe on my finger, actually. So we don't get too messy. Ooh, it's very, very light and shiny. Whoa. It's a bit light for me and my skin. And it's leaving a white cast. Brilliant. Hopefully it's not that bad when I set it. Oh my god, it's awful. That actually shocked me. That looks like I've just put... Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah. I don't think if you have skin tone my colour, it's going to work for you. Oh, wow. It's very bright, very shiny. Not for me, in the slightest way. I suppose in a way, because with the packaging it's sanitary, so I can give it away. That is bad. Because, like, I can't even use it, like, all over my face. Do you know what I mean? Like, I do. Like, when I don't wear makeup and I just am going out somewhere, I put a bit of, like, liquid highlighter or a moisturiser or something all over my face to give my face a glow. I can't even do that because otherwise my face will turn this colour. I could see how it could be nice if I could get my skin tone in it, because it's very bright and it will definitely shine through the powder setting stage. However, this is not my colour. And oh, okay, so like I can buff it out to a part, but it's going to lose its glow, which is what a highlight's about. It's definitely not my colour, and it's fucking awful on me because you can see it when I look forward. However, I think I need to look up the other colours because I can see how it could be a good formula. It's just not a good formula it's not a good colour on me. Okay, so by the way, with my face set, this is literally the only reason I've unpaused it. Can you still see like what I mean by the highlighter? Like, it's really nice. Like it shines through like the setting of the powder, and believe me, this tends to drown out all of that. However, it's just too light. And yeah, I'm kind of annoyed about it, actually. Okay, finally, time for this. I almost forgot, but I didn't. So, I'm so excited. So, this palette, I remember this so vividly. Because at DragCon, which is where I got it, of course, I showed Ash it, Ashbestos, go follow them on Instagram, and they opened it up, and when they did, I literally thought that it was only this side, and I was like, oh, you know what, that's cute, it's a cute little palette. There's a whole other side, it gets so much better. I couldn't believe it. Like, it's so vividly there in my mind. So much happened at DragCon that I'm never going to forget. But yeah, as you saw, there's contour shades and there's blusher highlighter shade, as well as all the eyeshadows. So, I'm going to contour my nose with it. You know what? I'm going to read out the message. Be prepared, dyslexic. Okay, so, it's actually really cute. I love angina. Anyway. Thank you so much for purchasing my palette. In celebration of Pride with the L'Oreal, is it L'Oreal? I have no idea how to say it. I feel so bad. Lorella Cosmetics. I dedicate this to the LGBTQIA plus community as a celebration of our lives, as we continue to fight for acceptance. As we grow together, I hope that one day people will change to see us for who we are, so our souls find sincerity and we can continue to live openly and proudly. To my trans family who fights daily and is fearless of their truth, your beauty, grace and confidence inspires and teaches me to be myself daily. For the people of colour, you remain strong and resilient in fighting equality and racism. I salute your bravery and I will continue to support you as a Filipino immigrant. To my husband, whose love is patient, and to my family, friends, fans and allies, without you I could not be the artist that I am. Your love, support and constant reminder of how my art of drag inspires you continues to challenge me to always reach for the stars. You'll see that the names I've added to the colours represent a little bit of my life and how proud I am to be who I am. This is a first for me, and I wanted to include different aspects from my childhood, growing up, my time on the television, and now as a proud, flamboyant Filipino gay drag queen. I am so proud of this palette and incredibly shocked. I never thought this would ever happen, so thank you and happy Pride. Always remember, life is a celebration. With love, Angina. And it's so beautiful, such a beautiful message, and like, if I had a dream, like, I would love myself to have, like, a palette of some sort at some point. Because I feel like it's not just about makeup, it's can tell very much a story in many ways. It can be, like, a fake story. Like, I base this palette on, I don't know, zodiac signs. Because zodiacs have this and that. And, like, to name it, and it's telling you a story still, but then you could make a palette that's very personal and tells your story, and I very much like the idea of that, and I am not getting emotional over a palette. What's wrong with me? But seriously though, it's a very good palette and I think it represents Angina very well. So enough of the soppy stuff. I'm going to contour my nose. You see, I'm a bit nervous because I don't know whether, like, I'm still in the process of learning how to contour my nose out of drag. So I'm probably going to go with that one, where I'd probably go with that one on Saturday. So I'm going to go with this one for now. My phone's about to die, so I will be back. Okay, I'm back and I am going to try my best. I am so nervous. So the SFDM shade, the big lighter brown at the top, I'm going to be using this for my nose contour. I am so nervous. It's because as I said, I still don't know how. I just want to contour my nose the way I do in drag all the time. And obviously I don't need that when not in drag. However, it does help me still guide out where my eyebrows sit, so I still like connect it, but with eyeshadow and all that, it seems to all come together somehow. Don't ask me how, but it does. It's still probably a little bit too dark for me, but I can make it work. Because it actually buffs out quite well. Can you see how it buffs out? I shouldn't be too fearful of it. Like, it's very, very weird. Like, when I am in drag, I have no fear when it comes to putting on makeup and all that. But out of drag, it's something that I'm a bit more fearful of. It's a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie to you. But like, at the end of the day, I shouldn't be fearful. Like, I like makeup. and that's the end of it, and I'll wear as much as I want to wear. Or as little, because to be honest with you, I don't wear makeup very often. Well, no, actually that's a lie, because the more I do in drag, the more I wear, but you know what I mean. Like, if I wasn't getting booked or anything like that, I literally wouldn't be in makeup except from a Saturday and a Tuesday. I'm just like not one of those people who, if you go out shopping to go and get something, even though I very rarely shop, not online. Like, I'm always shopping online. I just do my skincare and that's it, and put on a bit of like the liquid highlighter and stuff, and that's it basically. That's what I do. And I go out. I plan to do a lot more as I get more and more booked and people see Nefarious more as a business thing. I will obviously start going out, like having fun and all that. I'll probably mix it up. I'd probably do some nights in drag if I've not been in drag for a while or haven't been booked in a while, but I definitely want to also go out as myself as well. You know what? I feel like it's gone fairly alright. My nose is looking kind of cute. And I'm going to probably try and replicate this in a darker form on Saturday, because I have no idea how I just fucking did that. Maybe it's this eyeshadow. Maybe it's done, formula, maybe it's done it for me, because I never get a nose this tiny. Okay. Amazing things happen, I guess. So I'm gonna actually highlight it now as well, which I normally do, so I don't know why I said it like that. So the only highlighting shade is this one, which will be fine for my nose. It may not be for that bit, so I'm a bit nervous about that. But let's go. It's called Iconic, by the way. Oh, it's actually got, wow, that is a highlighter. I expect nothing more from a drag queen. Nothing more, nothing less, is that it? Oh, whatever. Whoa, it's very, very, very bright. And definitely going to be a go-to drag palette for me, clearly, because I am already impressed. Yeah, I mean... Oh god, I've totally screwed that up. It's got like a gold shift to it. Like, I wasn't expecting that. It looks very more just like real white, like real white highlighter. It looks like, but it's got gold in it, and it's sort of like it's adapting to my skin color, which is kind of crazy. So maybe it will work well on the cheeks as well. Like, you can also like buff it out quite a bit as well, so it's not as intimidating as I thought it was going to be at first. But anyway, that is my nose. I am now going to go and do my eyebrows. There, I am back, and I'm going to, for the bronzery contouring thing that I do, I'm going to be taking probably a mixture of both of the FDN and, I have no idea how you say that, I'm so sorry, Qzon City? Something like that. So, I'm going to take a mixture of the both of them. Even though I do look quite contoured, that stick was pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Even though it really pissed me off at the start. And I will say it again, it's definitely not a product, that stick, for newbies. For makeup, it's flipping hellish to use, but I do like it. Okay, so this is like a really good go-to palette. Like, I could probably get, obviously besides all the cream products and that, I could probably get into drag with it, to be honest with you. It is a little bit darker than I'm used to, the contouring, blushering thing for out of drag, but this is a drag palette. It's made by a drag queen, so... But it's very usable. Still. I would just normally go a bit lighter for out of drag. And like, I would just go for the top one, but the top one's a bit warm to be used alone. I want a bit of like the cooler tone of the one below it. I've totally put a dark mark there. That isn't this powder, that's the gel stick where I screwed up because I didn't know how to use it at first. I'm just going to have to take pictures this side. I then will go in with a bit of light powder and cut it ever so lightly. Not like intensely like I do for drag, but just a bit because it's dark than I'm used to. Okay, and I am on to the next one. Okay, so onto the blush. It is a bit bright for me out of drag. Also, yeah, this contour's way too dark, and I've even cut it similar to how I do for drag, so now it looks like I've got a... It is what it is. The blush is this one here, Flora. It's a very rosy, pinky kind of colour. Not normally the colour I go for blush, but I am experimenting more with blush colours because I have a brilliant idea for what I want to do when it comes to like my drag and blush. It's definitely going on better this side. I felt like this side it just sort of clung a bit more. Maybe I'm just being a bit light-handed. I don't know. I'm very not light-handed though, so... It's got that proper pop of pink to it. Like, it is bright. There's no hiding it. And, like, it's quite bright from the very start. Like, there's no building it up and that. I'm just, like, trying to stamp it out a little bit. But it is pretty. I will, like, I'd probably use it more in drag than I would out of drag. Because, as I said, it's very bright and not my colour, but it works. I don't know why this side seems so much darker though. I'm gonna have to try and put a bit more of it in the crease so it matches a bit more to this side. Okay, I'm going to attempt to use this shade, the warmer shade, this one, the SFDM, as a bronzer. And see if it will blur out that bit a bit more, where I accidentally, on purpose apparently, but didn't want to cut my cheek so severely. It's the only problem. with doing drag. My muscles want to put drag on every time I even touch makeup. And to be honest, I'm not, even out of drag, I'm not a neat bronzer person because I like the bronzy glowingness of everything. And I look fucking insane at the moment. Hopefully, when the eyes are on, everything will be sorted. Okay. Yeah, I think it works well for a bronzer as well. Okay. Highlighter. I don't have a powder highlighter. Oh no, yes I do. Oh. Okay, so this has got me a little bit nervous. I suppose this is where you'll see if it's got a white undertone. So back to the iconic shade. I'm going in as softly as I can at first. Oh god, that was probably a mistake using my finger, but oh well. Whoa. Okay. Okay, like no white cast, and it is, wow, it is bright and perfect for drag. Definitely. I like this highlighter. I'd probably wear it out of drag as well, because I like shiny things. Both in and out of drag. But I will say, I think that putting it on with your finger, then buffing it out a little bit with the brush, but then going back in around the edges to make sure it marries together with like the other products and colours and all that, is the best way to put it on. So maybe not the easiest highlighter to use, but it is pretty. Okay, and I am on to the eyes. I'm going to prep them with my primer, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the eye that I have come up with. It is wild, but it's a wild palette. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the blush that was getting me. It looks so not bright anymore, the blush now, but I don't know what happened. Okay, I went for this because I wanted, I don't know why, in drag, out of drag at the minute, I've come to like liking the blush to match the eye. I don't know. Like, maybe if I got very brave, I would wear it out of drag. But I don't think I would. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know what happened. I genuinely don't. I would never wear an eye like this. Unless, no, I keep trying to think of a situation where I would, and I can't think of one, because I wouldn't. One sec, one part of it's really annoying me. Have I done it? No, I'll be back in. Let's start. And the very inner corner, I took the shade, oh, it's going to be so difficult, Ella. Actually, no. First, I softly went over the eye with Strong. And, like, as usual, it's just so my brush will run smoothly, but will still have a bit of the tack from the primer. Okay. So, with the shade Ella, into the crease. And they're very, very, very bright, as you can tell. There we are. I then buffed it out with a fluffier brush. I don't really know what to say, to be honest with you. Okay. And it went up quite far into the corner. And then I took a fluffier brush and, one sec, I'm going to put it a bit further across. I then took the shade, I took a mixture of the shade Purple and Proud. And I just built it up in the corner. The phone's going off. I'm back. Anyway, so Purple and Proud, the purple shades, and I just built them up in the outer corner. The darker purple is very, very strong. I will give you that. Like, it probably did drown out. Oops, that was far too high up. Oh well. It could easily drown out the pink. So, be careful. Going back in with the one with the pink Ella on it. I stopped about there. I will say, if you can see, I don't think the purple and the pink like each other very much, but they're working together whether they want to or not. I also go ahead and stamp a lot of that onto the eye, because unlike I do in drag, I cut it off with mattes, the shimmer off with matte, the same matte on the outer corner. Okay, back with another fluffy brush. I take a mixture of the blush shade Floral and the shade Beautiful there, because I kind of wanted it. I did at first go in with just Beautiful, but I felt it a bit too light and it kind of like weirdly cut it off, so I mixed it with the blush, and it was an aim to try and match it with the blush colour as well. However, this eye most definitely overshadows the blush situation. The blush was way brighter, but next to this eye, it didn't have a chance. This one is a bit darker. It's because that purple's so pigmented that it sort of washed out. Like, it moved about, where it's not really doing that as much for this one, so I'm going to have to add more. I don't know why that's doing that there. It takes a lot of like reinforcement a bit, because the shades are that pigmented that even the light ones sort of just go over the previous ones you've laid down. They are a little difficult to blend because they're so pigmented, which is brilliant, but you do want eyeshadows to blend still. I don't really know how to describe it, but it is. It's like, if you look at the shades like Beautiful, and I'm gathering probably Confident as well, you would expect them to be obviously lighter, but they've got like a proper strong pigment to them, so it just sort of goes over the colour instead of blending with it. So you it takes kind of a long time. It's a really nice palette, and I love the message behind it and everything, but I do think it's going to be harder to use for like beginners and that. Like, I think it's going to take someone who, I'm getting hot. It's going to take somebody who has done makeup for a while to be able to use it to its full effect. And I don't know why, but the purple, it just does not like that area of my eye. And I have no idea why. It's just, for some reason, just not taking it. Okay, I feel like that's as good as I'm going to get it. With a under eye brush, I took the shade Proud, that same bright purple, and I tapped it under. And I did actually know, I took the same formula, you know, the two purples, the purple one and the Proud one. Just stamped it on underneath. I then took the same fluffy brush that I did the outer with and buffed it out. I think it's just, I know that purples are hard to make, so I feel like maybe it's just a very common issue that many palettes have, and that is that the purples are a bit patchy. Taking the shade Ella, that bright pink one again, that I buffed it out. I'll have to go lower down the other side, because for some reason I've gone so much further down. This isn't my best eye ever, I'm not gonna lie to you. Mainly because I've screwed it up, and I feel like maybe I shouldn't have gone with the purple. For some reason that one's so much more smokier than this side. Like, this one is very much more pink than it is the purple. I'm gonna see if I can just add a bit more, like maybe if I just go into the pink a bit more. Oh, you know what, I'm just gonna cut the crease. I will be back. So onto the lid. That is fucking me up. I have no idea what is wrong with it. It's driving me insane. I may have to go over like to this side with a shimmer, because I'm gonna have to cut that off, I think. Anyway, PP Galore, this one, a very, very bright pink shimmer directly on the lid. it called my name. I would never probably wear anything like this out of drag, so I don't know. Nefarious is clearly taking over. Okay, so literally just piled it on. It's very bright and very, very pigmented. I think I definitely prefer the shimmers in the palette to the mattes because I have used a couple of them because I used a few of the red shades for a look that I did for DragCon. So I've experienced some of the shimmers already. It's so bright. Like, it's actually crazy. And like, I'm not normally a pink person, but I really, really like this pink. I'm probably gonna have to do something with it for drag as well. I know I should review other colours, but I can't help it. That pink is insane. Okay, bones go. Okay, so for the next shade, I took R2, that one, and I piled it just like sort of like at the end ish, but also in the middle. But I'm probably gonna have to go further down because of that flipping gapping bit that is pissing me off. Okay, I'm just gonna try and pile it over that gap, and then hopefully the purple will work a little bit for me to buff out the edge of it so it doesn't look too vastly different to the other side. I'm even going to add a bit more to this side actually, just to make it a bit more similar, I guess. Okay, that's the one I use for the purple. I don't think it's going to work. I'm probably going to avoid the purples in this palette. I'm not going to lie to you. Not the purple shimmer. The purple shimmer is great. Just the purple mattes don't seem to like me, I guess. But you know what? I don't know whether it's... I think it may actually be the darker purple, not the brighter one. For some reason, the darker purple just doesn't want to work with me. Which, fine. I'm not butthurt. Anyway. Yeah, that's as good as it's gonna get. So, next colour. I use Iggy, the bright white shade. And it's very bright and very pretty. So I literally just piled it on in the corner, and like the pink of it like sort of changed it to a baby pink, but it also stays white like below, so it's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I took a bit of it and put it in the middle as well. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this side. Okay, and I use this colour to also do the brow bone, which I was super nervous about, but it seemed to be alright, because it was a lot more pigmented than I expected. I then take the fluffier brush and buff it out even though I feel like I've probably gone up a bit too far this time. Oops. I'm gonna take a little bit of the blush shade and see if I can just dull it down a bit. You know what, it's alright. It's not the best ever, but it's also not the worst ever. Oh, by the way, I was talking about my eye, not the palette. What I've done, basically. I would never do something like this, as I keep saying, out of drag. But here I am doing it regardless. Okay, so I took this white shimmer eyeliner and I basically connected the center of it to the inner corner. Oh, this is so difficult. Why do I do this to myself? Okay. Oh, I've got an itch. No, that was close. I was going to put purple eyeshadow on my face then. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else to do. I'm going to put a bit more of the Iggy in the corner. I need to do my mascara for a start, and the eyeliner, so there is quite a bit to do still. I'm probably going to... I might put a little bit of this on the centre just to connect it with the eyeliner, because you can really see the end of it, which I don't like. A little bit there. Okay. I am going to do the white eyeliner and I will be back. Okay, I will say that there is a bit of a fallout and everything, but it doesn't seem to cling. Like, you know how some eyeshadows do, like when they have like excessive fallout, it will like cling to the area it falls out, and then you'll wipe it away, and then you'll have makeup, eyeshadow all over you, like your concealer area and that. It doesn't seem to do that. It seems to like brush away really easily, but it doesn't seem to do that on the eye either, so it's a bit crazy really. Oh, for God's sake, that patch is driving me insane. I don't know why it's doing that. I really, really don't. But there's nothing I can do about it. I've just got a really random patch of the purple, but the purple's a very pretty colour, so... Oh well. Okay, so with that done, I am now going to do the mascara that I got from the palette box. I just used white eyeliner. I just thought it would go well with this. I probably wouldn't wear white eyeliner either out of drag. It's just a bit for me, where I'd probably go with a nude or something like that, but again, I would very highly doubt I would ever do an eye like this, to be honest with you. It'd probably be nude all the way. So I'm going to curl the lashes and then do the mascara. Okay, so the Illamasqua mascara. Big brush. Kind of intimidating. It lengthens very subtly. However, it's a very wet formula. I can't stand wet formulas for mascaras. I definitely prefer the dry ones, especially if they're like tubing mascaras. This is just very wet and liquidy, and I don't know how people use wet mascaras. Like, they get everywhere. It drives me insane. And it just doesn't give me the length that I want. Like, the volume, the length is really important. As you can tell, wet formula, I've just got a beauty mark. It just, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I've got one there as well, for God's sake. I just don't like it. It's as simple as that. Yeah, that is my dog. And that would be my mother. Like, it's just too liquidy, but also, my phone's about to go. As I was saying, it just is too liquidy, as I keep saying, but also what I'm trying to say is that for the last I don't know how long, and I keep forgetting, it's really important to me to have a very good mascara out of drag, because I don't wear false eyelashes out of drag, so I want one that lengthens well. I want one that moisturizes, lengthens volumes, and all that. Like, it does lengthen, but like, in fact, actually, it's quite nice on my lower lash line, even though the brush is so obnoxious. It just doesn't do a good enough job, and it gets everywhere, and that is a massive flaw for me. Like, I can't stand mascaras that get everywhere. I hate liquidy, wet mascaras. Now I'm gonna have to try and get the black that is off my face. Okay, with the lip liner on, it's time for the Ultra Matte lipstick. I've experienced a few of their mini lipsticks before, and they seem great, so I have a full one in the shade There. It's a nude. Oh, thank you. I need some nudes. Yes, in more ways than one, but you know what I mean for this look. They are like super duper matte. It's also my kind of nude. Come on, blend with the lip liner, please. Don't freak me out like that. It could be the lip liner, to be fair. I'm finding the Beauty Bay lip liners, while they work and they're pigmented and that, they just seem to be a little bit tough to blend with some formulas, and also they seem to also be like, if you have, when I'm like in full drag, like sometimes it just does not want to go over makeup. Come on, man. I don't want the bad lip, drag queen lip. That's how they call it, by the way. When they like, I sound like such an arsehole, but you know when they literally just do a solid colour, I could have put that on my nose then, a solid colour, then fill it in. I can't stand it. Please blend it. But I am currently at the stage of having it, because it ain't working. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm clearly feeling crazy today, so I went with this lip gloss. clearly feeling more nefarious than I am me. I would never ever do a look like this to go out, I promise you. Anyway, last product. The Illamasqua Hydrating Spray. It smells delightful. It feels hydrating. I don't really know what to say. I mean, it does feel like the kind of spray that I would use to take out with me. So like this one, the Beauty Bay one. Anyway, so that was it. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to take pictures from that fucking patch of eyeshadow. Oh, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.